As has been said over these last couple of days, the question still remains: what is the difference between perception and awareness? But perhaps you've already become aware that this question, like all the questions that have been posed, are nothing more than a ruse or Zen koans to trip our minds, to take away the conditioning, the beliefs that have been gathered so that awareness can blossom. But remembering that it's been suggested that every character and element in every story is an aspect of our self, we can dive deeper and see what this story brings for us. It's the story of a very wise man. Now, he was a wanderer. He wandered from place to place, and in each place that he spent time, he was revered, and people gave him food, and oftentimes a little piece of cloth with which to mend his patchwork cloak. But one day, when the wise man was sitting under a tree to have shade from the heat of the day, a simple man came along and said to him, "Father, may I share the shade of your tree?" And the wise man invited the simple man to sit down beside him. And the wise man turned to the simple man and said, "Are you hungry? Would you like to share my simple food? I have dates here." And the simple man, gratefully thanking the wise man, said, "Yes, I'm all alone in the world. I have no family. I have no one." So after sharing the dates together, the simple man said to the wise man, "Could I travel with you so that I can learn from you?" And the wise man said, "I can teach you nothing. I can give you nothing, but you're welcome to travel with me for as long as you will." And so they travelled amicably together for some while. In each of the places that they stayed, the people would give the wise man alms, food, and because the simple man was with him, he also was given by the people. And then one day the simple man came to the wise man and he said, "Master, I've perceived that you like to whittle. You have a very sharp knife, and I have seen you whittling, and I've found this piece of wood. Master, what will you make with this piece of wood?" And the wise man said, "Peace, my son. Awareness will come of the purpose of this wood." So every day when they came to rest, the wise man would take the piece of wood and his sharp knife and whittle away so that the wood became smaller and smaller, but beautifully crafted. And people would ask them in the coffee shop, "What is it that you're whittling?" And the wise man would give the same answer. rest tranquil. Awareness will come as to its purpose. Even the simple man would oftentimes ask the wise man, but the same answer would be given. And then one day, when they were sitting at a coffee shop, a woman came by, carrying a child on her hip. The child was so distressed, was screaming, and the woman was beside herself. No matter what she did, taking it from hip to her shoulder, patting it, trying to soothe it, nothing would make the child be peaceful. And the sweat was pouring from her brow as she hurried to complete the task that she'd set out to do. But as they were passing, suddenly the wise man got up from his seat and went over to the young woman and said, "I believe I can help you." And he took from his cloak the small piece of wood, now the size of a date, beautifully carved, and popped it into the mouth of the babe, who immediately sucked on it with great contentment and became totally peaceful. So when the wise man went back to the table where the simple man and others sat, he said, "You see, unbeknownst to me, I was crafting a child's comforter." Perception and awareness, and the question, what is the difference? Realizing that this question, like all other questions, are like a Zen koan, like what is the sound of one hand clapping. Whittling away, taking away the conditioning, the thinking, the beliefs that allow our own awareness to blossom. What is it now that comes to you as the answer, so called, from this story? What is the realization that comes for us when our conditioning, our beliefs, just like is the purpose of the Zen koan, to whittle away the accretions so that all that remains is good. Where are we now? What is this place? free from the mind that immediately tries to find the answers to the perceptions, the enactments of life. Where are we now?
Well, now we're like that guy, the wise man, and we just whittle away at whatever we're doing, whatever is put there for us to do without wanting to know the answer, and then our awareness comes whenever it is that we have whatever we have to do.
Absolutely. Isn't this what we're experiencing now?
Usually.